Welcome to this live video feed on confidence, male confidence, masculine confidence. What does it mean? Why do we behave in particular ways? Why do we need confidence? What does confidence do for us? How does it serve us? How does it serve our journey? How does it serve our path? How does it serve who we are? How does it serve who we wish to be? How does being confident allow us to thrive in life? And other different types of confidence. Is there negative confidence or a positive confidence? And what does that actually mean? Let's debunk that. Let's go into that for a little bit first. Welcome everybody that's coming online, that's listening. Begin to share this video if it resonates. It's on confidence, masculine confidence, male confidence. Men, how do we be confident in a healthy way, in a way that doesn't come from fear, that doesn't come from doubt, that doesn't come from pain, that doesn't come from, I have my uncle here trying to get my attention. How do we get confident from a place where we are authentic, where we are real, where we are believing in ourselves and who we are? Confidence is a major issue for so many men. And what generally happens is we prioritize being confident or feeling confident or being perceived to be confident, that we often act from fear. So we act confidently, but from a place of fear, from a place of disconnection, from a place of desperateness. We become desperate in seeking confidence. So we act inauthentically. We act in a way that is not healthy. We act in a way that hurts others, that prioritizes our ego, and that is a hyper selfish way of behaving or viewing the world or understanding the world, and of course understanding ourselves. So we look at confidence, and we look at confidence being this thing. And my uncle's distracting me. Δέκα όχι. Δέκα λεπτά. Sorry for the intervention. I'm talking another language to my uncle, letting him know that I'll be there in 10 minutes. So we find ourselves disconnected and having to be confident. We force this confidence, this facade, this mask that we wear as men. So we wear many masks as people. We're always wearing masks to hide our true selves because we have a fear that perhaps who we truly are, Daniela, how are you, brother? We have a fear of who we truly are won't be uptaken positively by others, by our peer groups, by society, by our culture, by our colleagues, by those that are in our lives. So we wear masks. We wear masks to essentially hide the truth of who we are. So we pretend to be confident in an area of life or in an expression of life that we really aren't confident in. And that places a great deal of anxiety on us, a great deal of pressure on us as men. So for example, the world values business, the world values economics, the world values career. So as men, when we are leaders in our career or leaders in business, or we carry a great deal of material wealth, we are seen to be more connected, more male, more masculine, better men in general. Now, to be in that place, we have to exude a particular type of confidence. And sometimes we're just not confident in who we are. And if we don't own these feelings of not being confident, now there's a difference. Let me just veer for a moment. There's a difference between fake it till you make it and pretending we are something that we are not, knowing that we need to work on that, but we're completely ignoring it. Or knowing we need to put effort and place effort in that area, but knowing that we're completely ignoring it. There's a vast difference. I'm going to explain what that is. Fake it till you make it is more of a conscious choice, knowing that you are going to embody something that you value. You're just not quite there yet, but you're going to act, you're going to think, you're going to bring everything in your environment to allow yourself to be that person, to live in that space now. So you're living in that energy now, the essence of that, the core of what that is. Whereas when we put a mask of confidence on with respect to an area of life that we are involved in, when we feel so much fear and anxiety around that, we are ignoring and polarizing ourselves in that space. And that's dangerous because what we are doing is we are ignoring ourselves as men. Now, we are polarizing ourselves, we are dividing ourselves within, we are isolating aspects and parts of ourselves, and we're letting others know, we're pretending that we are really confident in an area that we know fuck all about, that we are not even slightly, in the slightest connected to, or that we even feel strongly about. And we're suffering for this internally. We place so much pressure on ourselves. Now, this pressure builds. This frustration builds. It builds within us, and we generally, the ego will project outwards. We will externalize this pain, this suffering, this pressure. We will project it outwards onto others. So this frustration, this pain is really, really felt by others. And it's felt in such a negative way. And then people observe us and look at us and think, wow, we're arrogant. You're an arrogant man. You're an egotistical man. When really we are in so much pain and hurt. We are suffering because we are not being true to ourselves, and we do not know how to navigate this. So there's this myth around needing to be confident. What is probably more ideal and is safer for us is to really own and take responsibility for our feelings and our emotional state of being, and to take and assume responsibility for who we truly are as people and as men. And take ownership for not knowing something. We don't need to know everything. That doesn't mean we cannot be proactive, we cannot be purposeful, we cannot be deliberate and direct, and we cannot be vertical in our posture. We can. We can be all of these things, but we can also say at the same time, this is not for me. I don't get this. I don't understand this. I have no comprehension here. I'm not connected to this. How can I become more proficient at this? How can I become more effective, more centered, more present, more balanced? Because I'm not that at the moment. Do I even really want that? Because when we pretend we like something when we don't, we're not even asking ourselves or giving ourselves an opportunity as men to actually step into the truth of our values, to actually own who we are, to actually say with clarity, with discernment, with purposefulness and deliberate intention, yes, these are my values. Yes, I'm going to take action in this area because I align with it. We don't give ourselves the opportunity to do that when we pretend to be confident. When really we're coming from fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, fear of being ridiculed. Men, I've come from this place. I've pretended for so long in my life to be someone that I'm not because I've been scared of how others would perceive me. I've been scared about how others would see me, how others would feel me, what others would think of me. So I've pretended to be confident in areas that I lacked confidence in, and it ate me up inside. It frustrated me so much, and I lashed out to the world. I was in constant anger and rage, this aggression, this volatility, this violent aspect of self that I had because I was so frustrated because I felt so stuck. And men, we feel stuck when we pretend to be confident around life when we're not. And the moment we take ownership for not being confident about something or not being confident about life or an aspect of life, we equilibrate and we neutralize the charge around that. And we actually give ourselves an opportunity by creating an openness and space within our minds and our hearts and our bodies to actually be authentically confident in this space. When we do this, we take greater ownership for who we are, we begin to live a fuller life, and we begin to engage more meaningfully in relationships. So our relationships become more authentic. There isn't anyone that I've met that has said to me, I don't want to be in any relationship. I hate relationships. I'm not just referring to a romantic or intimate relationship. I'm referring to just people, relationships in general. I've never met anyone that has said, I'm not interested in being in a real, meaningful, connected, beautiful relationship. I've never met anyone that said that. We all wish to be highly connected people. We all wish to be intimate with ourselves and with others. Relationships are a catalyst for our growth. They're a reference point for who we are. They're a reference point for our truth. They're a reference point for our authentic expression. And when we're able to be authentic to ourselves, we're able to be and express authenticity in relationship, we're able to thrive and grow, not only as individuals, but also as a community, as a collective, a greater collective, servicing each other, being of service to each other, building effective, creative communities. It becomes very powerful for us as a species, as an earth. So this confidence, men lack so much confidence, and very few men will take ownership of that. Very few men will take ownership of lacking confidence in life. But men, when we take the ownership for being confident, life changes. And the women that are watching this right now, I'm sure you can resonate with this deeply. When you see a man in your life, or you see your man, or you see a man that you value, not being confident or pretending to be confident. So not being authentically confident, pretending to be confident in an area, placing a facade on, placing a mask on, or a multitude of masks. That's not only unattractive, but it's disconnected. A dissonance is created, distance is created. Because the focus becomes on pretending to be something that we are not as men, as opposed to authentically just fucking showing up as men. Authentically just showing up as, this is who I am, this is what I believe, this is where I'm at right now, this is what I'm capable of, and I take ownership of that, and I'm growing through that, and I choose to grow through that as a man. And that is empowering, and that is super powerful. And we can grow magnificently from that place as men. So there's a little bit of food for thought there, men, as you move through your day today, to really give thought to and feeling to how you're showing up. And are you showing up confidently in the areas that are authentic and real to you, that matter to you? And are you doing that for yourself, or are you doing it to seek external validation and approval? Are you attempting to satisfy the ego, or are you attempting to feed the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind? I'll leave you with that. Click the link above, reclaimyourkingdom.com. We go deep into this and so much more in terms of creating healthy masculine presence in the world, posturing, purposefulness, clarity, discernment, openness of heart, how to treat ourselves, how to treat each other. It's a magnificent community of men coming together, some epic men already on board. I'd love to have you there. 8th of August is when we start. We're deep diving. Daniel, you need to do this program, bro. It would be your contribution would be epic, and I know you would learn so much. Leanne, absolutely, it crosses all genders. It's a human thing, what we're speaking to right here. I'm speaking very specifically to what I address in the Reclaim Your Kingdom journey as well. So share this video if it resonates with you, because it is definitely for everyone. I'm sure there's something in here for confidence and facade and ego and mask that we wear and connection. Many blessings on your journey. One is always glad to be of service, of course, and I'll see you again very soon.